has Talia left available until the end, and Faker is going to snatch that one up. As these Ahri also got banned away. We saw what Chovy was able to do on that pick. I don't think you want to give this one to Faker either on this patch. So again, just more and more stuff to ban away.
Yep, and actually interesting to see who goes what in the bot lane in terms of the Kalista and the Varus. I'd have thought the Kalista would go for Guma, and then they'd have the Varus support, but, you know, maybe they shake it up, maybe they change it up. I do think the Talia and the Nocturne is such a powerful duo in terms of map impact, both of them having those global ults, and, you know, we talked about having 480 carries in the bot lane. Whoever can make the impact there first is going to...
eventually, as we hop into the Rift for game number 1. Wandong freaks. Hana, do set.
Wandong fighting!
T1! Hana, do set!
T1 fighting!
Great cheers from the fans.
Yeah,
really well done.
We saw them in the crowd, you know. I'm pretty sure that was GBM cheering. The really high-pitched.
Yeah, I think he might have, you know... He might have been a bit excited. GBM generally doesn't sound like that, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Little setup on the bottom side. I like this, especially when the bottom lane is going to be so contentious.
Oh, this is interesting. So one thing that got actually nerfed on the patch was lethal tempo. For melee champions early is like a lot lower attack speed. And dude has actually gone for the fleet footwork on Jax. So obviously decent amount of sustain, bit of movement speed, but doesn't have as much dueling power, I would say, as the lethal tempo. Especially Zaya's going the Conqueror as well. Going to be able to stack that up.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting choice. We have seen a lot of tech into Aatrox involving movement speed.
And we literally have all 4 bot laners starting like Doran's Blade.
Did you notice that, by the way? KERIA moved away from the lane to give level 2 first, and that's going to be first blood to KERIA. Speaking of which, as the, is he the AD carry or is he the support?
Well,
I don't know anymore, as KERIA picks up a double kill on Kalista. And, you know, insanely high level AD carry. And then you're just playing with KERIA, so it's like sometimes you just get outshone somehow. It's really ridiculous.
She's got a no ego, you know. That's the only way. At the end of the day, if they get the win, they get the win.
Part of it is the meta that T1 creates for themselves and for League of Legends, I guess, with this AD carry supports stuff and the amount of times they somehow pick up Senna. With the Tom Kench, which KERIA was able to pop off with against Bro recently. It does make a big impact in the support role nowadays. As Owner trying to set this up, he does have the prio from bot side, of course, and it is first Infernal Drake here. So Owner trying to speed up to level 6 and make an impact himself.
Yep. I think as well, once you get the... We've already got the level 6 for Faker, once you get the level 6 for Owner, I think that's really where you can look to capitalize more on this bot lane. Some heavy trades got on Andal.
Yeah, he's getting pretty low. As we do have Cuz hanging around down on the bottom side here. Owner's not able to hit level 6.
Chunked out. They're kind of bleeding at the moment. Oh no.
There is a ward there. They don't exactly know where Sejuani is, but he's still going to pull the trigger here as Flash does get utilized by Andal, but now under the turret and no Sejuani in sight. Andal in a lot of trouble just being poked out of this one. The wave is coming in as Arrow is utilized, but it's just not going to do too much here as Guma gets Fates called after the double, and it is just an absolute massacre in the bottom lane.
There's just nothing you can do in that situation. Bulldog was actually trading heavily with Faker to try and stop him coming down, but 3 was enough. Andal was already chunked, the sums were down, and the resetting the tower aggro with the Kalista.
So we're going to leave Ashe, we're going to leave Varus, and we're going to play your game, and that's very dangerous. So speaking of which, Faker in a bit of a dangerous spot, but he still does have the flash, and just casually sidesteps, but he's still in a lot of danger, as he will not get rooted, but he will get killed instead, which is a better route, as now Guangdong Freaks should be able to take this Drake, although a lot of poke damage is coming in, and T1 maybe trying to fight this one 3v4.
Yeah, they don't have many ults, but they are coming up soon. I think Guangdong Freaks should be able to get this and get out. They got to be quick, though. Yeah,
they do have the smite, as there it does go. Oh, look at the damage coming out right now from Guma and KERIA. That's pretty low on the health bars, our Guangdong Freaks, and they might be able to run this one out.
Ult is, he's looking.
Guma running on in, but Not gonna go for anything.
Stolen here. Faker just overstepping a bit. Doesn't have the support of the team when he's going on this little solo mission.
Yeah, also got the rocks down late, so wasn't able to even stun Cuz, which allowed Cuz to flash over him, and it just turned into a total disaster. Meanwhile,
Andal?
yeah, they're both here, and Andal is just going to go forward. They're trying to burst down Zeus, who does flash away, but he's just dead instead, as here comes KERIA, and he's going to assassinate on the Kalista, and Andal is not long for this world either. That is a double kill once again onto KERIA, but a shutdown potentially to go the way of Quantum Freaks, as that will be taken here by Cuz. Flash forward with the ult here from Bulldog. Might just be enough burst damage as the Q cooldown, he's trying to get it out, but now he's in trouble himself as Owner will come in and just gives the kill over to Guma, because why not?
I'm gonna this. There's no
Oh boy, backing on a ward here. He's going to Arctic.
It goes through the tower.
Late dash here from Zeus. He's in a lot of trouble, and under the turret, it does not matter because it's just so tanky, although they're going to wait to reset this one. And there you go. Dudu's just going to proc that ult, and eventually
needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of damage right now, and I feel like Quantum Freaks are finally starting that.
Oh no. Oh, if he didn't barrier, he was 100% dead.
Yeah, this is the problem, you know. I think you can see it. I don't have to explain it. You can just see it in front of you. This is the map and keep bullying.
All right, trying to dive onto Bulldog here, and he is in a lot of trouble. Faker does get ulted, but they do have the burst damage coming. Here does come Dudu and Cuz trying to turn this one around. Nice flash on in, but a little bit disjointed. They do get the stun onto KERIA, who is slowed down and stunned once again, but now Fate's Call comes in, trying to turn this one around, but Andal and the Jhin ult nearly doing enough to take out another kill onto KERIA, as T1's still on the run here. The stun will land, as will the Deadly Flourish, and Guma gonna give over another streak here as KERIA. Where are you going, my guy? Yeah, the Blast Cone hit a bit late, and that's gonna be another shutdown given on over, as T1 are certainly having their fun with this game.
Yeah, the little switcheroo, you know.
Did not matter. We also got to see some nice synergy there with the Ash Arrow coming from a pretty long range. By the way, it is Hextech Soul, if you guys did not see the gates already here on the Rift. And it does look like Quantum Freaks are going to make a play for this. They're not that far behind. And as we have seen, if Cuz can tank up a bunch of the damage, there's still chances for them to win these fights, especially against double lethality AD carry in the bottom lane.
Yeah, you can see Zeus is kind of posturing for a flank here. They have to be really careful. He's actually hex skating.
Yeah, that's very obvious. And can they get away from this is really the question. Nocturnal comes in and it's stolen away as Owner is going to go forward. Doesn't really have any other way to go as he is absolutely dead. Andal also going to be caught off here as Bull in a lot of trouble. Can't get away from the Aatrox. That's a 2-for-1 plus the Dragon stolen away here by T1. As AOC wants a bit more, we still have Weaver's Wall coming up. A very nice assault over the wall here from Cuz, but it might not matter. As I say that, though, they do get the knock-up, and then they just back away.
Lost the bot lane very quickly. It's a pretty uncomfortable position. Gold lead about 2,500 right now, so still pretty substantial for T1. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal if you just throw them out and you end up missing. But notice how T1, oh, they're looking.
Yeah, they're looking for a play here. Andal now in a lot of trouble, and that's what happens sometimes if you posture aggressively without flash. The ability to close the distance here for T1 is pretty insane. And that they do, as this mid turret is very low already. They're just going to take it down. T1 looking to pressure the middle part of this map at the moment.
Yeah, honestly, didn't even feel like T1 were really trying there. It's like they just kind of knocked Andal over. It's like a swift breeze, I feel like. This Ash really isn't...
Here in due time. Might just end up doing the same thing where he takes the Hex Gate behind them and just says, okay, we're fighting now, or you're going to have to deal with me. As, yep, there he goes. We also got the wall coming in here as the chains are going to be flashed as Faker's just in there. I mean, they've already done so much poke damage as now Zeus gets over the wall with the blast cone, and that's a nice flash forward with the knock-up as, yep, there you go. The monkey in the audience also really enjoying this one as T1 basically just cleaned them up for free.
Absolutely annihilate them, and it felt like Quantum Freaks just weren't ready for it. They went on the Dragon first. They got corralled in. Dudu was trying to find a position to threaten. You know, bear in mind, this is a 3-in-1 Jax with 2 items, and he wasn't even there. So definitely the coordination favoring T1, and they should just be able to pick up the Baron here. Yeah, not really much. It felt like we had so much back and forth this game, even though T1 did have the gold lead after the early laning phase. There's a lot of fights where Quantum Freaks was doing good. They kind of just flopped over on that one.
Yeah, it's almost like they just kind of let it happen. I mean, everybody... He's going to spot him because, you know, once again, trying to play around the jacks, but just feels a little bit lackluster. I mean, they're 9,000 gold behind. They don't really have much pressure. There's Zeus. He feels the pressure himself, and now we got a big rotation coming on in. A lot of pings here from the side of Quantum Freaks. His owner is going to be spotted, and Fear should come in. Zeus is pretty far away from this, though. Still trying to force the fight as the Chains of Corruption will come down, and yes, owner gonna get flashed on, takes a ton of damage, but they just can't kill him finally. We do have Bull to take him down, as now Zeus is pretty unkillable himself on this lethality Aatrox, and yeah, they're gonna put a lot into him, but it's not quite enough. As now KERIA, he's just running at the enemy team as he might fall here, as finally Bulldog takes him out, but after so much was utilized, and they do get aced.
Yeah, prime example of the Kalista being on the back line. 8-3 now for this Kalista AD carry, and 4-1 for the Varus support. Let's be real, okay? It's definitely that way around. But yeah, I mean, this has kind of just been from minute one, the domination for the bot lane.
Hey, Guma's got the most damage in the game, okay?
Wow. I mean, that's just broken supply items, right? I'd actually be interested to see the gold. I mean, I'm pretty sure KERIA has more gold than Bull at this point.
That wouldn't surprise me at all, as they are trying to kill FAKER here, who is kind of just hanging out by himself in mid lane, just doing FAKER things, I suppose, but he is going to pay for that one as chains do come down. They're trying to set up this fight as Cuz, he's very tanky, and he will survive. Lots of poke just come down, and they're just going to Fate's Call out of this one. Play it safe for now. As Guma does throw himself over the wall, look for a bit more poke.
Yeah, once again, I mean, I feel like Zeus is getting so much value of these Hex Gates. Andal's half HP, and Aatrox is there.
Oh no. Wait. Wait, no! Oh god! The horror! As now they're gonna dive into this backline. We do have Bull in a lot of trouble as well, as he can't get away from the Fear. He doesn't have any summoners. I mean, let's be real, they're down 13,000 gold, and T1 are just playing with their food. And yeah, I don't think Cuz is going to die. Although Owner's going to try to up his damage number as much as possible.
Yeah, he wants that one kill. He hasn't got one yet this game.
He and Andal on the same amount of kills, actually, so yeah.
Yeah.
Trying his best.
Equal impact. No, not quite. Yeah, I mean, the flanks from Zeus have just been... Oh!
Alright, flash forward. FAKER trying to create some more action, as they normally do. As unfortunately, Andal is going to hit his 9th death in this one. Another seismic shove comes out, and the game will end. And there you go. That was a game of League of Legends. And there was a pretty massive lead in this one. KERIA just gonna run.
The Volibear did get a lot of buffs on this patch. He's been very popular in top lane in SoloQ because of some of the item interactions he has with Ingenious. But in jungle, we did have that game where it didn't really go well yesterday. But ultimately, you have decent single target lockdown, very good early dueling. I think the hope here is that by bringing out this Volibear who's strong early, the Gnar who has a lot of lane presence, they're hoping that they can kind of alleviate some of the issues the bot lane is going to have. Especially because, like, you know, it's not just a Smolder, but Smolder Alistar, you're not going to get to touch the wave until, like, the enemy bot lane's, like, level 3. Like...
T1. Hana, do set.
T1 fighting!
Quantum Freaks. Hana, do set.
Quantum fighting!
All right. Well, let's see if the Gambit pays off. And if they can get through the early stages of the game. Envy in that game when he was playing Smolder, when they did leave it available, he did get to 225 stacks at about 21.5 minutes, which was relatively fast. Again, not a lot of pressure from DRX in that game. This should be a different scenario where the Smolder is getting pressured a bit more. But I do want to keep an eye on Bull and see just how well he can stack it up.
Yeah.
Because if he does reach a certain point and the game is relatively even, you know, we've seen crazier things happen. I'm not saying it's likely, but this is kind of what they're banking on, I would say.
Yeah, it's not impossible. It's definitely what they're looking for. He has got the Doran's Blade start with Fleet Footwork, so yeah, I've talked about this a lot. There was a Doran's Ring Comet start, which is like more early power. But if you want to stack as quick as possible, you go this, you max Q from the start, you don't put points in W. And they also did tweak him a little bit on this patch abilities. He has like 15 different abilities, but if you miss them all...
Oh, the flash comes forward, and yes, he's going to dodge one, but you can't dodge the second flash engage.
...is naturally, and you instantly look to punish it.
Okay, flash forward, trying to get on top of Guma here as, look at this, Cuz is here as well. That's a nice little conversion down on the bottom side of the map as Angel sets one up.
Yeah, really well played from Angel. Oh, Onus just starting the dragon. And Cuz has eyes on this. I feel like you can contest it. I feel like you can contest this for sure.
Angel's not there. Obviously, Cuz can do it alone. Last second, but KERIA and Guma are coming in here, and they are going to check this brush. Even a wall comes down. They knew they were there somehow, as now trying to fight this against Cuz. KERIA in a little bit of a rough spot here, does take a bunch of damage, and now he's trying to back away from this one, flap over the wall, and now KERIA once again getting followed up on the damages coming through, but they don't quite have enough, as now Angel in a rough spot, doesn't have flash himself, and KERIA's going in! He's looking for knockups here, he is looking for plays, and he will sacrifice himself to give the team some extras. Cuz does get rooted up, but he should be fine. He got his POG of the day, I suppose, and he's willing to take a little backseat for now. As a nice little engage now onto Guma. KERIA does have the Devour, and he's actually looking to use it aggressively here onto Angel, who does not have flash himself, as now KERIA, well, he does have Owner coming on in, and he is quite tanky, but can Cuz and Bull do enough damage to him? The answer is no, although ult forward is now, he's gonna get assisted in the flash in!
No.
It just looks silly! Oh no, as now Bulldog is in a lot of trouble, and by Bulldog I mean Bull, of course. He is going to go down as FAKER just going to join the party when they give that kill over to KERIA.
This is part of the problem, is that Tom just becomes immortal. You know, you have the healing from the center, but also just kill him is just never worth it.
Trying to dive Zeus here, actually a decent chance with the Volibear, but Cuz doesn't have ult, which, let's see, the ult here from Bulldog will land. And that should be enough damage now, as Owner is here, but it is a 1v3 situation. He is going to force the flash out of Dudu, as he takes a bunch of damage himself and will back away for now.
Can't really go more aggressive than that.
Yeah. And speaking of which, we're back on the bottom side of the map again. Bulldog is almost dead. And by Bulldog again, I mean Bull. Now, here we go, we got a Vi on top of him as Flash comes in. He is going to flap away, but Owner is tanky enough. Meanwhile, we did have Angel go down because it's just falling apart right now as Cuz under a lot of pressure. And they'll just wait to reset this one. Who will get the kill? It will be KERIA to slap him with his tongue.
They just dove a Volibear Alistar.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the problem as well.
How could you say something so bold, so brave? Bulldog's ganking again, but Zeus is much tankier. Do they have the damage? They're so close, and they will get him. I was fearing for them there just a little bit, as Angel here is going to be caught in transition. FAKER just throwing a bunch of rocks at him.
Does he have to flash?
He's going to flash in, as now just alley-ooped over to Cuz. FAKER in a lot of trouble. Will pick up the kill. And then eventually does go down to Dudu.
You know, I don't think Angel needed to go in for that final stun auto. You see, he thought he had his E stacked up, but he... Oh, not again.
Oh, no. He's going to land the stun as there's the Devour. And Cuz is here, but it just does not matter, as KERIA is like, yeah, you want to go, buddy? Let's go.
How does this happen every game?
Yeah, I don't know. You gave them Senna, but you also gave KERIA Tom Kench and a reason to play it as the Grey Health comes in. They flash forward, and they will take them down. As here's Bulldog. He's going to give it a try. And this time, KERIA will actually go away. I thought he was going in again, but instead he'll just sacrifice his
okay.
Senna.
The Tom can take aggro so easily. They've already got 2 dragons at 13 minutes. They could have Soul by 21 minutes.
Yeah, and it's 2 good souls. Well, they gave it the old college try, and it didn't work. 5,000 gold the lead for T1.
Yeah, Bull has 100 stacks, so I mean, it's just basically from here.
Enough? You know, it feels like a trade, but it's not.
Yeah, I also think the thing is that you end up seeing T1 get so much, because it's not just they get the kills or they get a big gold advantage, but they also get both the dragons and...
Well, Bulldog in a little bit of trouble here. FAKER is going to take an ult to the face as he is holding on to that seismic shot for quite a while. This is just a straight up 1v1. Thought maybe Owner would join up, but he had better things to do. with taking the Rift Heralds here.
Ban Senna against T1 when we're on red side.
But it is curious. I mean, there are a lot of different options to go for. Again, like we saw the fight fire with fire. Yeah, this is KERIA TPing in. As we are going to disable the turret, but again, this is the Aatrox as he flashes in, hits the sweet spot, and the desperation does not look great as Bulldog is in a lot of trouble here as well. They'll just give this kill over to Zeus because, to be honest, he doesn't have quite enough. He needs to catch up as Guma here in a bit of trouble, and FAKER is not quite able to help him out. And Bull will also go down. This is looking like a straight-up ace as Zondil's just kind of running around in circles. And that will be the ace as T1 will also take the dragon.
Yeah, I mean, they try to go with the leading play of killing Zeus, and it seemed like T1 had cottoned on to the fact that that was facilitating this. Level 11 as well, so... Yeah, I mean, we were kind of talking about the game as doomed. It seems very doomed now.
Oh well, Owner's going to get in there once again, just healing up a ton with the Sundered Sky, not really able to do any lasting damage as they get flashed on here. KERIA just going to flash lick. As Bulldog still on the run, KERIA says, okay, I've done my job there. Now I need to go steal some other kills down in the top lane. Zeus is like, guys, please, someone help me. As it doesn't really even seem like he needs too much help, but KERIA is here to steal the kills after all. And that he will. Kind of surprised he didn't go for the lick there onto Andal. He is missing a lot of KDA, and you know what? He's giving kills over. Good guy, KERIA.
Not my T1 support. I don't know. I don't know what he was doing there. He's only got 4 kills.
Yeah. Bulldog, he went back, he bought an arm guard, he sold it, picked up a Haunting Guise, sold that, and then picked up another arm guard. Uh-oh. Well, he is going to go into his Unbreakable Will, which I hope he's got that for this series.
I imagine going through this cycle, you're like, what item will win me the game? And you're like, not that one, not that one, not that one.
Okay, the first one I chose. Yeah, dude's dead. He's never going to survive against that.
Yep.
I do feel like Quantum Freaks, they kind of identified after game 1. They were like, well, we can't really win fighting fire with fire, so let's take a bunch of massive risks and see if it works. It didn't work, but, you know, props to them for giving it a try. And
no, they changed strategy. That was the criticism. It's like, look, you can't match T1's bot lane with, like, the double 80 carry thing. It's not going to work.
Yeah. Oh, he could devour him. Oh, he's actually going to use it. Nicely done by KERIA. It seems like somebody said something, and now he seems to care about his teammates. Very strange. Guma is going to get that kill, and Zeus does live to fight another day.
Yeah. But as I was saying, like, it felt like, you know, someone said, look, we can't fight fire with fire. We have to change the strategy. And then they also can't use scaling. We'll call that fight fire with water. So they're going to come out of this game like, well, what is the answer, you know? Yeah, I'm not sure either, but this definitely wasn't it. I think that's the takeaway.
Yeah.
Last game didn't actually look this bad.
You know what's also good against fire? I think is rock type. You could try that. And
Malphite?
Yeah, maybe that's the answer. Or maybe you just gotta ban away fire, right? Just don't allow them to play fire.
Maybe just ban Senna. I still think they'd probably not necessarily win on the back of that, but at least they wouldn't have to play against Senna.
Yeah. It's very scary, too. I don't even mind the Jace ban that they went for, as we're just having more and more fun in this one. I wanted to talk about the draft, but T1 said no.
Oh, my
Dudu's just going to die, and then Bulldog's going to just die. Zeus gets both, and KERIA is just here for moral support.
Yeah, kind of slacking, though. You know, I know we've said it, but he's really not...
He didn't even get the assist!
If he really wanted 10 kills, he'd be playing this very differently. That's all I'm saying. You know, he said at the end of the last one he wanted 10 kills. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the desire.
I think he's trying to hit the 3,000 assist mark, actually. As, yep, that's what happens to Smolder when the Vi is available and has Talia nearby.
Wait, quick, can we get a stack check? We need to know.
And a 16,000 gold lead.
Is it 225? Is the game winnable? Oh, I guess not. I guess if they do that, it doesn't matter how many stacks you have.
Yeah. The game is almost definitely going to end before he hits 225. I don't even know if he's that close. T1 diving turrets now is a very nice ult in that back line with a headbutt from Andil, but it just doesn't matter. The wallets are so far ahead here for T1. The levels are just so far ahead. And, yeah, lots of poke coming down from the way. And cancel on the Abyssal Dive as everybody's being poked out here. KERIA, they can't kill him 4v1. They got him. Finally do get him. Meanwhile, the rest of T1 was just trying to end the game, but they will be denied from doing that. Quantum Freaks, they do want to play a little bit more in this one. As, yeah, that arm guard is going to help. It actually keeps him alive in this one. So they're trying to help Dudu here in the back line. That's a kill here for the Smolder. We've seen this happen before. He's not at 225, but he's going to get some stacks on the backside of this one. Faker gets a kill, as does Zeus, who did pick up a Hubris. And yeah, the poke is not going to come down from the sky here from Bulldog. Guma going 1v1 here against Bull, and he's just chunking him out, man. The set is even 1v1ing the Smolder, but at the end of the day,
the
Hondo will help him.
Closing in. Going to be dealing with Cloud Soul, which particularly on Aatrox seems problematic.
They just got so much faster. Did you see them? Like, I was watching them specifically. Okay, Faker. Yeah, he's gonna elect to not
like,
go
should
for
I?
that one.
Oh, should I? No.
Yeah. The Tibbers with the T1 headband here is looks like he's having a great time. Nice engage here from Andil. Boom is going to be called in from the sky as, yep, that was a Smolder. That was a Smolder. And no longer a Smolder anymore, as everybody is going to die if they step out of the fountain. And,
but Brendan, the stacks.
The stacks, yeah.
What about the stacks?
He did hit 225.
But they didn't win. I don't get it.
It didn't win. Okay, well, they're going to kill the Zeus, and that's about it. As Seismic Shove could be utilized, but they're just going to end the series. Probably for the best, as KERIA, he hits his 4,000 assists, and we do have a 2-0 here for the side of T1. Congratulations